day, listeners and learners, and welcome to the first episode in our series, Let's Learn Economics, a program produced for grade 10 and 11 economics. My name is Mims Low, and I will be your host for this 5-part series, proudly brought to you by NAMCOL and the Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture. In today's lesson, we are joined by Mrs. Shikongo and Maya for a debate about inflation. Mrs. Shikongo is a qualified economist and is here to clarify everything for us. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to define inflation and describe the different types of inflation.
Hi, Mom.
Good afternoon, Maya. How was school?
School was okay. Mom, I hope you didn't forget to buy the groceries. I sent you a text message. I hope you saw it.
Oh, yes, I did, honey. Thank you for reminding me. I forgot the groceries in the car, but I must say, it seems like we are buying fewer and fewer goods with our money these days. The price of goods and services has increased over the years. You see, Maya, the situation where the value of money or purchasing power is falling is called inflation.
If prices are increasing, why can't the government not just print more money so that we can have more money? I also want to know what exactly causes inflation. Can we prevent it or perhaps minimize it?
Oh, hold it right there, Maya. One question at a time, please. We will discuss this more at dinner tonight. Maya, could you please fetch the groceries from the car?
Thank you for the dinner, Mom. It was delicious. Can we continue with our earlier discussion? I want to be ready and well informed for my economics class when we discuss this topic.
So, Maya, do you know what happens when the total demand for goods and services exceeds the total supply of goods and services at current prices? What I'm asking is, what would happen when demand is more than supply?
I think suppliers will increase their prices.
Why do you think so?
Because people are demanding more than what is available.
That's correct. That is one of the causes of inflation. The theory is called demand pull inflation, which is when demand exceeds supply. This helps explain inflation when the economy is at full employment.
Demand pull inflation? Demand is pulling inflation. It makes a lot of sense. Like when we want or need more than what is available?
That's exactly right, honey. Please pay attention. Let me ask you a question. If you are a producer and the cost of producing becomes expensive, meaning it's expensive to produce goods and services, and maybe raw materials are expensive or wages have increased, what would you do as a supplier?
Yes, Mom, I'm paying attention. Perhaps close the business?
Why would you close the business?
I know what we could do. We can increase the prices of our products since it is expensive to produce, or we could decrease our supply. I remember when we did graphs in economics class.
That's another cause of inflation, called cost push inflation. The cost pushes inflation up, meaning it's expensive to produce. Therefore, producers increase prices due to the higher cost of production. Do you get it now? Prices are increasing because it has become expensive for the producer to produce. Okay, let's go back to your other question. Why can't the government print more money for us then? So we would have more money and be able to afford more goods and services. What happens when we have more money? Do we demand more or less?
We will demand more. Oh, I see now. It would lead us demanding more than what can be supplied, again leading to inflation.
That's correct. Zimbabwe is a very good example in this case.
With all this said, Mom, I'm hungry again.
No, Maya, seriously. Your tummy cannot demand more than what is available at home.
Yes, listeners, this brings us to the end of our lesson. So let's just summarize. In today's lesson, we learned that Inflation is defined as the consistent increase in general price levels or a decline in the purchasing value of money. Inflation is caused by demand pull inflation, which is when demand exceeds supply, and cost push inflation, which happens when the cost of production is expensive. We've also learned that an increase in money supply can lead to inflation too. I hope you have enjoyed this discussion. Time for the question of today. Discuss the factors that cause hyperinflation in Zimbabwe. Ask your parents to help you. And this brings us to the end of today's lesson. Join us for our next episode as we discuss trade unions.
This program was brought to you by NAMCOL with funding from the Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture and the Commonwealth of Learning.